Hello. Had a few technical issues. I'm a minute late. That's the joys of doing live practice. Good day to you all, wherever you are in your day. We are on day 17. I think I'm losing track now. I'm honoured, as always, to be able to extend these practices to you, and in turn for you to be able to extend your generosity and your awareness beyond yourself to the Always Quiet Simon community if you are receiving benefits from this practice. Okay, so yesterday's practice was all about uplifting, energizing, feeling a boost from your yoga practice. Today's practice is the opposite. So yesterday we flowed, we felt uplifted. Today we're going to root and ground and calm. I did say that we would do twists, but that's tomorrow. So this is a yin type of practice, a restorative practice, where we're taking much less postures. The postures will be familiar-ish to you, but we hold them for longer, and we're going to breathe and tune all of our energies and focus inwards. So let us begin. We've been learning a foundational breath, just the breathing in and out of the nostrils right down to the belly, trying to get an evenness between the inhale and the exhale, and I hope that's something that you can begin to draw upon in your daily lives and use well for yourself. And we've learned some other practices as well, some balancing breaths. Today we're going to learn a cooling breath. I need you to have a few pillows for today's practice, so a few cushions or pillows. I have some nice big cushions for myself here. I'm going to sit up on one. The rest of you might want to run about and get a few pillows or cushions for yourself while I delay to get set up so that you can get your cushions and pillows. And then when you're ready, you're going to try to find a comfortable posture so you can sit in the middle of your mat on a pillow or two. You can sit on a chair. You can sit with your back against the wall. You can lie down even for this one. Okay. I learned this practice in India in 40-something degree heat Celsius within a yoga shala with possibly 90 people in it. So we were all sweating before we even began to move our bodies, but we were there for breathing practice. And this practice is taught to cool the body, the temperature, lower the body temperature, and also to cool and calm the brain. It's quite different to how we usually practice. We don't breathe in through the nose. Instead, we breathe in through the mouth. So I don't recommend that you do this breathing practice in a dirty air environment. So if you're in air conditioning at the moment, if you're in an airplane at the moment, if you're in a traffic jam with the windows open, don't do it. If you're in a space where the air is pure, you can open up the window. Go for it. Okay, so we breathe in through the mouth as if sucking through a straw. So curling the tongue like this and sucking the air in through the tongue. You can hear that sound I'm making. I exaggerate the sound of my breath always just to guide you through it. Some of you can't curl your tongue genetically, so instead you work your straw widthways and take the tip of your tongue underneath your teeth. That straw come out to the side and the straw comes in either side. So either works. All right. So experiment, play a little bit. If you've other people working with you, you're just going to have a little smile and a little nod to each other that this is all a little bit odd, but support each other in that. Okay, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it after a few rounds. We take 3 rounds in through the mouth, so take your time breathing in. Then closing the lips and breathe out through the nose. If you can work into that coherent rhythm of breath, equal length of breath in and out, great. In through the mouth again, big belly as you do this. Close the lips out through the nose in your own rhythm. Keep the spine nice and long, the neck lifting, the sit bones down, again in through the mouth. Sucking the air in, close the lips out through the nose. Now take a break, breathe in and out of the nostrils, breathe down to the belly and out of the belly. 2 more rounds, in through the nose, big belly. Feel the breath moving into the back as well, possibly up to the ribs now. And out through the nose. Let's try again, in through the mouth, rolling the tongue in whatever direction you can. Out through the nose. Relax the face as you do this. Again, in through the mouth. Out through the nose. Feel the belly rising and falling. As you breathe in, belly rises in through the mouth. Out through the nose. Relaxing and just breathing in and out of the nostrils, belly rises and falls. Move your awareness to your mouth and sense the coolness of air in the saliva of the mouth, around the tongue, around the gums and the throat. And let's do one final round, in through the mouth, sucking in, belly rises, out through the nose. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the neck. Again, in through the mouth. Out through the nose, relax the face. Soften the eyes and the forehead. In through the mouth, final time. Out through the nose. Relax the face as you breathe all the way out to empty. Relaxing the mouth, breathe in and out of the nostrils, belly rises and falls. Soften the face, lengthen the neck, drop the sit bones. Feel the sensations of coolness in the mouth, in the throat. Possibly feeling coolness on the skin that's exposed to the temperature in your room. And allow the mind to drop down to the belly, to that gentle flow of movement in and out of the lower abdomen, between the belly button and pubic bones. And then opening the eyes, keeping your gaze low. Well done. Okay, so this is another tool that you can hold on to and use when you need to. And you can see just a few rounds of that, everything begins to move from boiling point down to simmering and cooling. Good. Okay, so the first posture we're going to take is child's pose. Most of you are familiar with this now. But for this child's pose, let's take plenty of cushions. So one cushion on top of the other. We can start with the knees wide. If this is too much, you can have the hips high. You can also do this leaning over a chair or over a couch. Yeah? So the whole of the body is going to lean into that couch with the hips up or onto the chair. Let's try it with cushions if you feel comfortable with this. And one thing to note, when we're feeling highly energetic or strong, out of control, taking the arms upright is actually going to enhance that. So if you think about the practice yesterday, it was all uplifting, heart opening. We want to do the opposite. So we're going to leave the hands down, but to guide ourselves there, we're going to take the hands onto the forehead and just ease the forehead onto those cushions or onto the ground. Yeah. And then slowly drop the hands into your belly. So you can place one hand on top of the other. You can make little fists even with your hand and just rest them either side, inside the hip bones on the belly there. And just allow the skin of the forehead to be quite stretched on the pillows. This will be really helpful. If knees wide isn't working, you can work the knees together. That can feel more stabilizing and steadying. And hands and shoulders back and down. If hands on the belly doesn't feel right, you can just play around with this. There's no absolute perfect way to do this. So we do just want to encourage that dropping down, tuning inwards, softening and releasing action. If hands on belly doesn't work, just leaving the hands to the ground. And we stay here for full 5 breaths. So very little movement once you've found your position. In and out of the nostrils, in through the nose, feel the belly rising towards the hands or your thighs, all the way out. 3 more rounds of breath here. With each exhalation, see if you can surrender and release a little further into the body, into the supports beneath you, and receive that support. Give yourself permission to just let go, to soften. And 1 more breath here. Breathe all the way out through the nose. You might like a little sigh at the end. Well done. And then taking your hands underneath your shoulders, it's really important to transition out of these postures slowly and gently. So keep the gaze down, looking down, hands pressing down into the ground, and ease yourself up. You might feel a little dizzy as you do this, so just take your time breathing in and out. Slowly bringing your head back to center and opening the eyes. Move your awareness inwards. Breathe right down to your belly. Pause for a moment. And just imagine a person out of control. And a good image for this is a toddler. So a toddler, red-faced, stamping and shouting, not getting their way. Life is really difficult for this toddler. And often the toddler will just find themselves splayed out on the ground. Had enough, over, can't deal with this. And what they're doing here is they're just saying, I need to give up. I need to surrender. I need to cool and calm and earth and ground myself. So let's try a version of that posture now. So you can keep 1 pillow underneath your belly. We've done a version of this before. Another pillow can work under your forehead. So bringing yourself forward. If you wish, you can roll up that cushion just depending on the size so that it comes between the belly button and the pubic bones. And then forehead to rest on the upper cushion. And again, hands come back and down rather than up and above your head. And just allow yourself to surrender. If you want to breathe out through the nose or through the mouth, do. If you want to let out a sigh, do. And then taking 5 rounds of breath here, in and out of the nostrils, feeling the belly rise towards the cushions and fall away from the cushions. 3 more rounds of breath here. Really, really let go, surrender, releasing, give up. Not going to hold myself up. I'm not going to hold myself together. For these few moments, I'm just going to let myself be held. Feel the support and holding of the surface beneath me. Last breath. All the way out. Well done. From here, taking your time, hands underneath the shoulders. Remember, these transitions need to be gentle and calm. Pushing down, moving the head down as you do this, and slowly, slowly, slowly easing yourself back onto your kneeling position. Take your time, pausing here. And then feet out to the side and come to sitting. Well done. Take your time. Now, if we had lots of time to do a restorative or a yin practice, we'd be holding each of these positions for at least 5 minutes. So if you want to go back over these and pause each one for 5 minutes, do. So let us start with another forward, let us continue with another forward fold, taking the knees with lots of support of a cushion underneath them, so we're not going for a straight-legged forward bend, and then another cushion on the top. Again, cushion comes right into the belly, and just allow yourself to round and flop down. You can allow the arms to drop down by your side, or they can come behind you, or they can again come underneath that cushion and allow the head to drop. It's nice to have somewhere for the head, so maybe elbows bent and head into the hands here. And 5 breaths again, breathing right down to your belly. In and out of the nostrils. Well done. Taking your time, keeping the head down, slowly, slowly easing yourself back up to sitting. Pausing there for a moment, allow your shoulders to drop. Keep your neck nice and long, your chin in. Well done. Okay. From here, I'm going to come into a resting pose. So we hold this, you can hold this as long as you like. So we've learned through the breathing practices that there is a relationship between the armpit, the nostrils, and the brain, and the nervous system, and the energy systems in the body, the brain activation. So we're going to activate that now on the right side, make a nice high cushion for the neck so the ear isn't squashing into the shoulder, and rest on your right side, squeezing your right armpit. So you're pressing down onto this right armpit, so you're not letting the arm fall out in front of you or under or above you. Squeeze tight. So we're taking a version of the fetal position. If you have extra cushions, you can take one underneath your knees and your ankles. If you only have 2, hug the extra cushion right into the belly. Give yourself a great big hug, something to hold onto, and roll into this. Allow your chin to drop, but squeeze that armpit. So when that right armpit is engaged and that nerve is activated that we talked about before, the left nostril is open, the right side of the brain is firing, the parasympathetic nervous system is firing, and you are being told everything is good. There's no need to run. There's no need to fight. All is well. Just breathe into that. Trusting this posture. Acknowledging that you are safe, that you are receiving and giving yourself support. Breathe for 5 rounds in and out of the nostrils. Feel the belly rising and falling. And you can stay here for as long as you like. Now, if you have time and space to stay here, do. Or move into any of the other postures. But before we conclude, move your awareness up to the center of your chest, to your heart space. You can stay in the position that you're in. All of the awareness to the heart center. And acknowledging your gratitudes for the day, for this day. What are you appreciative of in your life, little or small, as detailed or not as you like? And then breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. You can choose to roll yourself up to sitting in your own time, but I'm going to leave you here. If you have to go back to work or start your day, you might like to roll onto all fours and stretch back to downward dog and give yourself a good old shake out, and then roll up and down through the spine a few times, and then you'll feel really settled and ready and balanced, ready to go. And tomorrow we'll be moving quite a lot, detoxifying, twisting it up, and seeing things from a new perspective. Well done. Namaste.